I found traces of it in your champagne glass.
What was it called?
Chloral hydrate.
What have you found out so far?
The Baroness was shot in the chest at close range. We heard the shot.
That just
The
sounds
murderer
awful.
quickly fled the cabin and dropped the murder
Yeah,
weapon
so they popped
over the
her right in
railing
the heart
later.
and ran away.
Simple story so far.
Cowardly.
But why was her cabin door locked?
He must have been waiting in there.
If the murderer wanted to make it seem like a suicide, he'd have shot her in the head and left the gun at the crime scene.
And if it was murder, why did he go to all the trouble of locking the door from inside? And how did he manage that
I'm
anyway?
waiting for some case
Especially
closed
since
bullshit.
we arrived just a few seconds later
Oh,
and
God.
didn't see any.
But the person that
Sauce.
committed suicide
Something
with the
doesn't
fucking
make
icicle.
sense here.
No, with the knife
That's-
frozen in the block of
driving me
ice and
crazy.
turned the heat up. So the ice would melt and seem like murder.
Why would they want a suicide and look like murder? Just so somebody they didn't like would get in trouble?
Yep.
Yeah, but then they wouldn't be around
Did you
to see
find
it.
the murder weapon?
That's stupid.
On the
That's a
gangway on the
stupid
side of
plan.
the ship.
I mean,
suspect
I didn't
the
say it was
murderer
great.
tried to
Why
drop
is
it
it
into the
backwards
sea.
canvas?
You would have stood close to the railing
Might
to
be
let
to
it
block
fall
out the
unseen.
Like,
And since he doesn't
Yeah,
know
it's
the
got two
ship, he
windows.
had bad luck
Yeah, but he didn't
and
want-
dropped
Two
it
separate
right
windows.
onto the gangway.
yeah, but there's like
Indeed.
another window would be right
And do you
there where
find
the
that
canvas is.
probable?
Not a bit.
Neither do I.
Why is that to be backwards?
What kind of a
don't
gun
know.
is it?
Oh,
A pistol.
God.
I don't like this guy in the
Luger
first
always.
place. Don't make me crawl in his head and figure out his stupid
Manufactured a million
ideas.
These
times
questions
during and
and
after
more
the
on the
First
next
World War.
Dragon Ball
Austrian
Z.
model.
God.
The owner is
All I
David
remember from
Freitz
Case
of the
Closed
Bible.
is that they would show
We
you
found him
a
tonight
clue from the
totally
next
drunk on the
episode,
bow of the ship. He
and one of
confirmed
them was
that it's
a
his
cellular
gun, but he claims
phone.
that
It was one of those
stolen
from the 70s.
Fingerprint?
Cleaning truck.
Nothing.
What?
But
That
it's
was
worth
one.
mentioning
Really?
that the clip was
Yes.
missing two
Yes.
bullets.
Or it was like sunfish, which was on
And
the
it's
truck.
definitely the murder weapon.
The ballistic tests are incomplete.
Not even
Actually, I've
kidding.
been waiting for
No, I
too
totally
long
believe it.
for a bullet
I,
recovered
we just
from the
found out. We
corpse.
looked up
Pay
Case
the
Closed the other day.
conductor
We
a
found out
visit,
it's
son,
still
and see that he
ongoing.
does his job.
I'm like, oh my god, that was on Adult Swim. It's a dubbed anime, which
Do
means
you
it already been in
believe
Japan
the
for a while.
violinist?
It's-
He'll be the
Japanese.
first
It would
person
start in like
question.
88.
He claims he can't
89?
remember
Don't
anything
you-
from the
oh,
last
God, I
few
don't know.
hours. Says
Sorry,
he
I've been
drank
reading
a bucket
JoJo
of
and Berserk, and those both
He was
started
on
the
the
year I was
train and he
born.
doesn't have an alibi.
I'm as
His
old as some
drunkenness
comics.
could be a smokescreen.
Jesus.
He fits the profile. He travels a lot, has access
Oof
to
is
high
right.
society. Could be interesting.
And this chloral hydrate?
Is a tranquilizer. Can be dissolved in alcohol. The effect begins in minutes and lasts for hours.
What was the point
Who
of
gave
drugging
you the
him?
glass of champagne?
The captain.
I believe it was Captain De Conti.
If believing were enough for us, we'd have become priests, Constable.
Wow.
Be a policeman and find out for sure.
Understood. You think that the jewel thief is the murderer?
Our friend would have needed another key to open the safe and steal the second eye. The one the Baroness
Did he have to
was
kill her?
carrying.
She's already drunk. I mean, come
At
on
least,
now.
that's what we imply.
What do you mean?
The Baroness was famous for her forgetfulness. I convinced her to give me the third key. It seems safer.
The thief searches the Baroness's cabin looking for the third key,
She returns from the saloon earlier than expected.
surprises him, and he can't allow her to identify him.
He imprisons her until the coast is clear, and then shoots her.
And
Well, last
thus,
part seems
the
unnecessary.
thief becomes a murderer.
But still doesn't have all the keys.
Are you sure that there's no bomb inside this time?
Professor Lucien locked it in front of an audience, and it will be opened for the first time in Cairo.
Let's hope so.
It would take hours to
Yeah.
break it, and you'd need heavy machinery.
Or the keys.
Or the 3 keys, that's right.
Do you really think that the Raven is behind all this?
He wrote the letter that
He's
was
the
on the
damn
safe
Raven.
in the
I
train.
know.
Without the letter, we wouldn't have opened the safe, and the bomb wouldn't have exploded.
But it doesn't seem like him, does it? The Raven was famous in part because he never hurt anyone, much less killed anyone during a burglary.
Oh.
It's his
That's interesting.
handwriting, and he called me Nico. No one else does that. I chased that man across Europe for years. It is him. It has to be him.
But
Calm down,
But the
Zenigata.
evidence...
if believing was
Enough.
enough, we would.
Anyway,
I want to find out who gave me the drug champagne.
And get the bullet from Dr.
Of course. Inspector Legrand, are you okay?
Need more
Maybe
cocaine.
you should take a break.
I can sleep once I've caught the Raven. Goodbye.
You idiot.
Be seeing you.
Honestly, right now there's a murder on a boat. I wouldn't really want to be going to sleep either.
The only person I trust to stay up for like a week straight doing police work is Elle. And we saw where that got him.
Hey-oh. There we go.
So in the interim, we've checked it out. We're halfway through this part.
There's 3 parts, and we're halfway through the first.
And the first part is longer than the other 2 combined.
I guess I'll stowaway now. Whatever his...
Oh god, I hit B to exit, not listen to your life story.
But that's what they want you to think.
I regret everything.
You should go upstairs.
I made a huge mistake.
Oh wait, examine the plant. It could be important. It might be clues.
A pitiful attempt to make the interior of the ship
We're
seem
talking
less
shit
dreary.
about the
A
decorator
bit
of
of
the
paint
ship.
on the walls would have helped more, especially since a plant won't survive long without daylight.
Examine it again.
A model of the Lydia before it was rebuilt. It used to be a freighter.
That's why the cargo hole's so
The
damn
wide
big.
hallways, the cabins, and the saloon were added later.
That makes sense. And you hear us crunching. This time it's not corn chips, it's popcorn, because we are really just the masters of recording audio.
Yeah.
Not only does the poor plant have to make do without sunlight, it doesn't have
Are
any
we
soil
positive it's
either.
real?
Yeah.
Like, why are we so emotionally invested in this damn plant?
He's Swiss.
Really?
Just do it. Don't ask questions, stupid.
Oh,
I remember, oh god. What's that, zombie game series that I really like?
Resident Evil.
Come in.
You
You're
weren't
cute.
very specific.
You're cute. The Last Stand.
Okay, old Resident Evil.
Yeah. The Last Stand. This whole thing about, oh, and there's the dead woman.
Well, that escalated
Hello,
quickly.
Dr.
That is a
Gerhardt.
huge fucking wheelchair, by the way.
Well, she's a huge fucking, was a huge fucking woman.
You're right.
And there's the next one.
excuse me?
You want something else from me, don't you?
Oh god, he's gonna kill us. He's gonna
I'm
kill the shit
afraid
out
I
of us.
do.
He's a damn
What a
raven!
First day at work. Well,
That seagull
What's
is
the
the
result
raven.
of your examination of the victim?
she's
The
dead.
raven's inside
I
the dead
didn't
bitch.
make you work all night long, Dr.
What's your
Gerhardt.
examination? She's dead.
He's almost
She
like
was
Bones
shot.
from Star Trek.
Point blank shot, probably with a pistol. It seems like she was lying in bed. The
Damn.
shot struck her hard.
Anyway,
She
The
died
Last Stand.
quick.
Yeah. Anyway, The
One
Last
shot?
Stand.
More were unnecessary. And we only heard one shot. No?
Way to be a fuck ass.
And there's just one entrance.
In The Last Stand, there's a post-it note
Just
that
one.
says it feels like something's controlling me. I like games that have that kind of
I am
fourth wall
told
break.
that I was drugged.
God, what do you do with,
That's
why am
how
I
it
picking up these stones?
What
It's
can
like
you tell
something's
me about
telling me to.
Why should that be my business?
Weird compulsions.
Haven't you
Just
analyzed the
gonna blame
glass?
it on in a
No,
video
I
game.
haven't. The inspector said he's the better chemist. I let him do it.
Damn this pica!
That way I
Damn
could
this
at least
pica!
concentrate on the body.
Do you think the Baroness might have been drugged?
I think she was-
very tired and unsteady when Legrand and I saw her.
I think
Yeah, I
wrong.
heard about that. I must have just
Yeah, but she
missed
was
her
ready
in
for
the
round
saloon.
2 at 10 o'clock.
And without having seen her myself, it is hard to make a diagnosis.
Of course. Can you say something about her general
Or you can do a
health?
toxicology
She was
report.
quite overweight, and
I don't
the
know what
doctor
year
said
this
that she
is, so
suffered
probably
from
not.
diabetes. Despite that, she hadn't visited a doctor for several years.
Doesn't
Well, that
sound
explains the
good.
lower jaw.
Happens more frequently than you
God.
might suppose. Some people
I hope
are
that's not gonna
scared
happen to
of
you. Holy
doctors
shit.
and
Yeah,
pay
that's-
with an early death.
At least I get to
It is
turn into a
possible
sideshow
that
freak
the
one day.
Baroness
We make money
wouldn't
that
have
way.
lived much longer anyway.
You know, after all this YouTube money we have runs out.
Do you know whose glass I drank from?
What do you mean?
Captain de Conti handed me a glass of champagne. But where did he get it?
I don't know. Did you ask him?
I'm just asking because you were also in the saloon when the champagne was served.
Yes, but I only entered the saloon a few seconds before you did. I didn't manage to get a drink myself.
Which, in retrospect, is lucky.
Ah, you're right about that.
Eh. The bullet.
Have you already removed the bullet?
Did Legrand send you? What is that Frenchman's problem? I already
Joe?
told you. I will get in touch as soon as I have it.
I got cut
That
through
is
all these
also
layers of
what I
fat
told the
and
constable,
diabetes.
who he kept sending all night long. Once I finally got
As a
rid of
diabetic,
Legrand
even I'm not
himself.
sure what layers of diabetes are.
Did he look over your shoulder?
He probably wanted to take the scalpel from my hand and hack
Yeah, I
away
got
himself. But this is my surgery, and I will not let amateurs interfere with my work.
Oh,
That's
snap.
understandable. How much longer will it take?
How many questions you gonna ask?
I have just finished.
Miss Another Woman, John.
God damn.
Send my regards to His Majesty.
Thanks. I think
Legrand.
that's it for now.
Right,
No.
right. I thought she was
That
talking about
is
like
it for
the
now.
appearances.
Then
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God!
lie down for a
Ah, this is fucking
Can you tell
terrifying.
that to your boss?
Why is everybody a fucking necromorph? Don't. Oh God! I thought he was gonna eat him.
Body's gone, don't know how, she's fat. Plot twist.
Too much fat. Can't be done.
Could I at
Much
least
fat.
have the key?
Very dead.
Absolutely
Oh
not.
God.
But if we have to examine the victim again,
Then the esteemed inspector knows where to find me. In my cabin. In bed. Good night, Constable.
Wow. Bitch, you
Zell.
got a job to do. Come back.
He's not a happy fellow, is he?
I'm about to go look at your
an
body. Yo.
evacuation plan,
God
and
damn.
some tips from the doctor for avoiding seasickness, sunburn, and the like. And here, a schedule of activities. A drink with
Schedule.
the captain,
Fucking
a
Swiss.
shuffleboard competition on the forecastle. And that's about it.
Forecastle? This
A
is
real
forecastle.
barrel of fun.
I have
Neither
no idea.
Dr. Gebhardt nor Constable Oliver can keep up with Legrand's pace. I wonder what would happen.
If Legrand drank what?
Dr. Gebhardt locked it. Something tells me.
Oh.
We're lucky that the Lydia has a well-stocked. I suppose it was added during the war.
Hmm.
Makes sense.
Come in.
Shawty, no provision. Yeah, dude. Oh, God.
Was that the audio that skipped? I couldn't hear. I was chewing
Yeah.
popcorn.
Yeah, what's the audio? I was like,
Oh.
remix!
I was like,
Constable.
Oh, I have no control right now.
About
Move.
the bullet. Here it is.
Excellent. Give it to me. As I suspected.
Did he say excellent, but it said
7.65
brilliant in the
Arabella?
subtitles?
probably.
Don't you want to examine it
He
in
can
more
tell the
detail?
make of
I
the
have-
bullet.
I was about to say,
For
I
now,
expected it was
we
Luger.
can assume that
How
we had the
Well, we
murder.
had the weapon, don't we?
There can't be too many antique Luger all-weight pistols on board.
May I take a look at the
Wow, that was
Baroness's
really
cabin?
stupid on their
We
part.
already searched it thoroughly.
It's an antique.
Sure. But what
course
about
it is.
now, by daylight?
Yes, fine. It can't
Fine,
hurt.
you-
Here, take
No.
this with you.
No. God damn. No.
Thanks. I'll let
Every
you know
time I
if
see a
find
bullet little
anything
thing, though, I
important.
always think of the Great Mouse
I'll-
Detective.
About
Do you
Who's
know
matching
how
the,
you wound up with the glass?
The grooves on the
Not
bullets
yet.
under the
Then you should
microscope.
stop wasting my
It's
time.
almost the
and get
same
back to
gun,
work.
but it's not.
about
Do you know?
not yet.
Then you should stop wasting.
Why do I have to keep
I'll be
asking
in
about it
touch.
if he doesn't
Very
know
well.
shit about it yet?
It's coming later.
Well, I mean, yeah, but...
Oh God, it happened again.
This game is seriously...
I told Michael about all the problems we've been having with this playthrough, and he said, "Wow, what a shit show. I'm glad you're doing this and not me."